what's good, peeps? Hope you have an amazing day. We have the Flash and Batman from Earth Negative 52, also known as Red Death. In my opinion, I would be lying if I said that I didn't have a little disappointment. But I'll get to that later on in the video. And you guys know the saying, double the package, double the width, such as the front, the top, side, the other side, as well as the bottom and the back, which has their trading cards and trading cards at the bottom with other figures you could collect. Side out the way, let's get on with the rest of the review. Okay, being straight up, like I said, I had disappointment, such as, for one thing, the hand comes off easily. That's it's not supposed to happen, at least not on the other figures that I have. I don't have that. Sure, I mean, I can overlook it. You can overlook it if you want to. If that's a deal breaker, you can take it back, get your money back, try something else. But I mean, if you bend it like that, turn it, pops off. I do not like that. I'm sorry, I don't. As another thing, I like the other figures. My man is cockeyed. I mean, it's nice to have, I guess you could say, what if they mispainted? Sure, I can understand that, but I have three figures of the same figure from the first Flash, and he looks straight perfectly. And my thought is, if he can look straight in the first one, what's wrong with this one? Another thing, what's up with the hand? I mean, mine, the other one doesn't do that. I have some markings on mine, black markings. One right here. I mean, barely noticeable. It's not a deal breaker for me. The hand thing, I'm thinking about it. There's also another one I saw earlier on this other thigh. Oh, would you look at that? It's hiding now. Doesn't matter. But with this, that's it for this Flash. I mean, that's my disappointment. The articulation is pretty much the same as the others. Arms go up that far. Has a butterfly joint. Head goes down. Oh, wait a minute. My apologies. Has a butterfly joint. His arms go up that far. Head goes down that far. Up that far. Of course, the McFarlane figures go way back, but not so much front with both the joints. There's both an upper torso and a lower torso where the waist is at. Excellent range. Yes, the splits, very good with the splits. Little higher than 90 degrees. Of course, as you can tell, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, a little bit of the bicep swivel. Got ankle hinge, turn it to the side, get ankle pivot. But of course, that's with the other Flashes, which is why I didn't review them, because I don't want to do the same video twice. Now, for the Red Death, he's good. For this one, which I'm pretty sure McFarlane has stated in the past, that they are more focused on, presentation, the look, the aesthetic, not the articulation. But in my opinion, maybe it's because of these, but for Red Death, I feel like they could have done better with the articulation. Like, I tried to push mine a little bit, and there's a disc I accidentally snapped, and that bothers me. Bothers me a lot, but what can I do, right? Anyway. Other than the packaging, of course, it was warped. You put in hot water, the plastic would fix itself. It stands pretty well. Not bad. The articulation, like I said, could have done better, but I'm glad with what I got. But You got Butterfly, not as much as the Flash. He can't even reach 90 degrees with this leg going. Oh, anyways, leg go that far forward. You go that far backward. His head goes up about that much. Goes down a really good amount. Of course, for all McFarlane figures, he could have the back broken, but not much of a forward. Like his counterpart, Barry Allen, Bruce, has a nice upper torso, a nice lower torso at the waist. But I'm sorry, but like I said, it doesn't go that far forward. Sure, maybe you get him some poses, some interesting poses, but other than that, as far as it'll go, you turn it a little bit to the side, get him go a little bit lower, but even there, you're pushing it. You literally physically feel it pushing you. But now for all the cons out the way, the pros, it feels, and the joints are tight, but it feels glossy. Okay, so this, if I had to describe it, this feels like a close to a breathable fabric, something which is realistic. But for the Red Death, it feels like armor. It really feels like armor, and that's basically what it is. Merger of Barry Allen, Bruce Wayne, and the Batmobile along with the Cosmic Treadmill. Anyway, you can feel the cloth on the cloth pieces and the the hard armor with the armored pieces. And it looks amazing. And like the Flash, his insignia is sculpted on. It's an amazing insignia. They really did their job with this one. For mine, had little paint isn't as clear on this eye as is the other eye. I mean, like I said, it's a good figure. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy McFarlane's work, but it's like in some cases he completely nails it, others he gets close, kind of misses. But for that, let's guess I covered the articulation and the sculpt, kind of doing things out of order. But let's go on with the accessories. For the accessories, most of everyone knows that the McFarlane toys automatically come with 2 stands, or 1 stand per figure. But this is where it really gets interesting. The placement, a solid background piece drop. How should I say? I'm looking for the right word. It'll come to me later. Anyway, it's new. It comes for them specifically. You won't get it anywhere else, and it's a hard piece of plastic. That's pretty much all it is. You can feel the sculpted wrinkles and ridges and smooth areas of diorama. That's the word I'm looking for. But other than that, it's plastic. Of course, you have the Flash playing card. This one's platinum, a chrome platinum. I can see my reflection. But on the back, you have his character bio. If you care to read it, you can pause it about right now. Now, time for the Red Death. Same thing. Nice cover art. See your reflection. You guys should see my reflection. On the back, it has his bio. If you're interested in it, you read it right now. Of course, it doesn't have Red Death. Well, what his name it does, but of course, you can't have, I guess, death on a children's box. Even though it's a toy, but technically it's not. I'm not going to get in a toy debate. Let's go on with the, how should I say, height. So, billionaire playboy philanthropist Mr. Wayne stands at about 7 inches, while the forensic scientist Mr. Allen stands a little bit over 7 inches. Well, we've seen reviews of him being a little taller than the rest of his counterparts, but that's fine with me. Anyway, let's get on with some comparisons. Before we get started, I do want to make a note that I took the liberty of opening the other package, and on these, for one, his hand doesn't pop off, and on the Red Death, his leg actually goes, turn it this way, actually goes further than his counterpart. Not sure why the other one couldn't, but it is what it is. It is what it is. To start things off big and bold, here they are compared to the McFarlane verse. Here they are compared to the Marvel Legends Deadpool and the G.I. Joe Classified series Snake Eyes. Here they are compared with some Rangers ranging from Mighty Morphin to SPD. Next, we have them compared to NECA's Predator, Alien, and Terminator. And last but not least, here they are compared to their fellow speedsters. Going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, I had my gripes with the Flash, with his hand falling off, and that believe it or not disappointed me, but the main disappointment or gripe that I have is towards Red Death. There's no secret that I'm a huge Flash fan, and McFarlane and his team, they did excellent with the Flash figures, and they are increasingly improving. But when it came to Red Death, they dropped the ball. For one, I mean, I understand they don't, that they want to get comic accurate, but still could have had a little bit more wiggle room. I mean, for his legs, you can get them 80, 75 degrees, but when you try to put him in a running pose, he looks, for lack of a better term, he looks goofy. But it's a lot I could say about Red Death. He has good aesthetic, good texture, good feel, but when it comes to articulation, those points just continue to decrease, and I can't exactly enjoy this figure to the fullest as much as I enjoy the Flash, and that's not being biased. The Flash has a lot more articulation than Red Death, and when it comes to collectors such as myself, we want to pose them, we want to take excellent pictures, we want them to, work as we expected them to work. I mean, from the rest of the Batman figures to Superman and even Joker, they were articulated to what we expected, and that was enjoyable. This figure, they dropped the ball. They did, of course, they did excellent on the Flash, as they did excellent on some of the figures in the past. They had their gripes too, but with Red Death, it feels like he's half statue when it comes to articulation. I mean, even the Flash, and in fact, even Batman from the first wave has more ab crunch than Red Death, and that's actually saying something. And Red Death, this guy is supposed to be a speedster. He's supposed to get those deep leg stretches for when he's sprinting or running. But for this figure, it seems that the best pose for him would not be a running pose. In fact, it would be a pose that doesn't require much leg stretching other than stretching to the sides. But even then, you can only go but so far. I actually hope that they improve on the next Red Death. There's one in a single pack. Hopefully, it won't be just another repaint, but there's one coming in a single pack where he's all gold. Hopefully, his leg articulation and ab crunch, articulation in general, will be improved upon. I, as I said in the other videos, I do recommend these figures, but for this particular 2-pack, I won't exactly say buy them at your own risk, but I will say when you buy them, just be careful for how you pose Red Death. The Flash, he's just like the other ones. Like, he's as flexible as he needs to be, except for the hand popping off and some extra hand swaps. The Flash, like I say, he's just like the others. He's all right, but Red Death, it feels like that they took a step back. But you can buy them if you want.